Hey, what's up, everybody? What's going on, everybody? How y'all doing? How y'all doing? I know this is a little bit unexpected, so we're not going to take too long tonight with this live. I got a lot of stuff I want to get off my chest today, so make sure when you guys come in, make sure you guys just go ahead and hit the like button so everybody can come in. Let's just wait for a few people to get in here, and then we'll get started. What's going on, everybody? I'm sure you guys just saw the game. So I got a lot of stuff I want to say really quick. If you guys want to rant in the comment section, it's pretty cool. I got a lot of stuff I want to talk about the game that just happened just now. So let's wait for everybody to check on in. Hey, Harmon, how you doing? Don't worry, Gio Zal. I'm going to be talking just about this loss. I know a lot of you guys are really frustrated, so that's what I want to talk about right now. So let's give everybody like 2 to 3 minutes to sign in. We're not going to take too long today, so let me just wait for everybody to come in because I know a lot of you guys are pissed off, and I got some stuff I want to talk about too. So let's just give everybody a chance to get in here. Make sure you guys hit the likes, and then we can get everybody in here. Appreciate that. Make sure we get the likes up. Appreciate that, guys. I see we got 30 people here. Let's get the likes up so we get everybody in this live, and then we'll start in like 1 or 2 minutes. Let me just get the box score ready for you guys because man, this was a ridiculous loss right here. This was a ridiculous loss, and I got a lot of stuff I want to say, guys. So let's just give everybody a few seconds to get in this live. Okay, I see we got 30 people, almost 40 people. I know you guys got a lot that you want to talk about. I see you guys. Trust me, I'm going to go off in a little bit. So let's just give everybody about 2 more minutes to go before we get started, and then we'll get it started. Just give it 2 more minutes. Let's get the likes up, and then we'll get started to talk about this game. What a ridiculous way to end the game. What a ridiculous way. What a ridiculous way. So let's just some Ebenezer saying Kawhi was off. This is what happens when people put a premium on load management and resting. Dudes get rusty. This is what you're seeing. This is the benefit of resting unnecessarily. Dudes are rusty. You don't have a rhythm. You're coming into games and you're trying to figure it out. And by the way, guys, while people coming, let's get the likes up. Let's try to get the likes to 50 likes. While people are coming in, by the way, this is going to be a problem when Serge Ibaka comes back. I'm also going to talk about Serge. Let's give everybody about 1 more minute, and then we'll get started. Let's get the likes up, everybody. Let's get the likes up. Let me see who's in here. I want to get as many people because I'm going to go off on this rant, and I also want to hear from what you guys are saying. PG sold out bad this game. How you doing? Here from Portugal. Hey, welcome in. Mayday, welcome in. Let me see. Just don't blame Kawhi. No, I'm not going to just blame Kawhi. I'm not going to just blame Kawhi. Trust me, this is not a Kawhi Leonard rant. Because in the playoffs, I know Kawhi Leonard is going to be there. This is not a Kawhi Leonard rant. I'm not going to be going off on Kawhi or anything like that. This is not what it's about. Make sure you guys get the likes up, guys. Let's try to get the likes as high as we can. And let's wait for about 1 more minute and we'll get started. Okay. Let me see what else you guys are saying. They need to start Ron. Don't worry. Because when I say it, it sounds like it's a broken record. How you doing, Mark Law? It sounds like a broken. Yeah, Mark. Hey, say what's up to Marco. Marco's also in here. It sounds like a broken record when I say it. It sounds like a broken record, and a lot of people have been speaking just saying a bunch of nonsense. And now, hopefully, the people that feel like Rondo should be coming off the bench, hopefully, I want to hear from you guys, and you guys can give me an explanation as to why you believe it's a good idea to bring Rajon Rondo off the bench. Make sure you guys hit the likes, guys. Let's try to get to 50 likes. We're going to start in 30 seconds and we'll get it started. Let's just give everybody a chance to get in here and then we'll get it started. Let's try to get the likes up. How y'all doing? They're trash. This is Nehera. I think this dude, I think he doesn't like the Clippers, or maybe he does. I don't know. Charles so small, always going to. Okay, they appreciate that. Kawhi Max, how you doing? I told you the Knicks were going to win. Yeah, you said that, but listen. I agree with you. Max was on the live chat on Dreamerspro Max. He was right, but listen, the Clippers had no business losing that game, but I'm gonna get to it in a second. Okay, let's give it 10 more seconds and we'll get started, and then whoever joins in will join in because we're not going to be on here too long today. Zubac had a bad game. Let's give it 10 more seconds. Let's try to just make sure you keep the like. Okay, so we're gonna start right now. So for the new people coming in, make sure you guys keep hitting the likes, and then we'll get it. Okay, you like Kawhi? No problem. Me too. I like Kawhi. Okay, let me just get it started. People hit the like button and we keep it going because I got a lot I want to talk about. Okay, first of all, when the season started, I was one of the people, like most of the people out there, saying that the Clippers needed to get a point guard in Rondo. We all agreed, all of us agreed last summer, last off season, that the Clippers needed Rondo, or a very good point guard. We spoke about Lonzo Ball. We spoke about Rajon Rondo. We spoke about Kyle Lowry. We did so many videos on the Clippers going out there and getting a point guard because they felt like what they currently had was not good enough. Before the Clippers got Rondo, they had Reggie Jackson, who's still currently here. Excuse me. They had Lou Williams, and then they had Patrick Beverley. Obviously, that trio of point guards was not good enough. If they were good enough, the Clippers would not have gone out there to get Rondo. So people that feel like Rondo is somebody that, oh, he needs to come off the bench, oh, he's going to be fine, this and this and this is not the answer. These guys they have already were not good enough. We already saw this already. Okay. So when they finally got Rondo, I was so excited. I was so excited that they got Rondo. Everybody agreed that Rondo was a point guard that they needed. Skip Bayless, Shannon Sharp, everybody across the board, Stephen A. Smith, Max Kellerman, Kendrick Perkins, everyone agreed that Rondo was the guy they needed to go after and get. Everyone agreed on this because we all knew Lou Williams was not the answer. Now, some people were sentimental about Lou Williams. They're like, no, Lou Williams was there and this and Lou Williams was not serious. I'm talking about as a professional. As I said before, and I'll say it again, I'm never going to get over what happened in the Orlando bubble. I'm just not going to get over that, right? And when he did play, he was a defensive liability. Now, Reggie Jackson, let me talk about Reggie Jackson. Reggie Jackson was on this team last year, okay? Reggie is just more of Lou Williams. Let me say something about Reggie Jackson before I go off, before I continue. Make sure you guys keep hitting the like button. Let me say this about Reggie Jackson. It's really him and Paul George, these two guys. But let me talk about Reggie Jackson because he does it the most. If you watch Reggie Jackson's body language, Reggie Jackson, first of all, plays like an N1 type of basketball player. Number one, he's very, very, very careless with the ball. He's very, very careless with the ball. That's number one. Number two, if you look at Reggie Jackson's body language, he barely gets himself to move. He's always making careless passes. When he's playing defense, he doesn't really seem that engaged. He takes plays off on the defensive side of the floor, especially in that fourth quarter. They were making a run, and then they make a back cut on him for a lob, and Reggie was totally lost. Make sure you guys keep hitting the like button, guys. Make sure you guys keep hitting the like button so we get the notifications out. Let's try to get the likes to 75 likes. Let's make sure we get the likes to 75 likes. Keep hitting the like button. I see you guys are leaving a lot of comments. I'm going to answer as many comments as I possibly can. If you guys want to make sure your comments are read, make sure you go ahead and click join the channel. Click the join button to join the channel so I can see your comments because there's so many comments coming in. Okay, so that's Reggie. Okay, Reggie has this thing about him that he just seems so careless. Then the person that's following him, and funny enough, him and Paul George are very good friends on the team, and Paul George kind of has this nonchalant kind of thing to him where he makes careless passes, lazy passes. He doesn't really seem engaged all the time. Look at the body language between Rondo when he comes into the game, Patrick Beverley, and look at Reggie and Paul George. Rondo comes in with a lot of energy. He's engaged on the defensive floor, on the offensive side of the floor. He's always talking. He's always communicating. It's the same thing with Patrick Beverley. Reggie and these guys look like they're just there going through the motions. That's all it looks like to me. It looks like they're out there and they're just going through the motions. That's what it looks like. Right now, we've all agreed that Rondo was the guy to get. All of us have agreed that he was a guy to get. They went out there and they got him, right? When they got Rondo, Patrick Beverley was out of the lineup. Patrick Beverley was out of the lineup when they got Rondo. I want you guys to pay attention to that. That means that they had an opening on the roster. Now, what I want you guys to help me understand is this. I want you guys to answer in the comment section. Who is a better point guard, Rajon Rondo or Reggie Jackson? Just leave in the comment section. I want to know, who do you think is a better point guard, Rondo or Reggie? Let me see what you guys are going to say. Because maybe it's just me. Maybe I'm the only one. Let me hear what you guys are going to say. Rondo. Of course, Rondo. No. I want to hear what you guys are saying. Because the next question is going to be, look at me, some people are saying Rondo. So the next question is, obviously, look at all these people saying Rondo. So if everybody agrees that is Rondo, why wouldn't you start Rondo? This is the thing I don't get. You go out there, you signed the guy. Y'all already had Reggie Jackson. Reggie was there. If Reggie was good enough, what the Clippers would have done was keep Reggie at the starting position, keep Terrence Mann at the point guard coming off the bench, and then play Luke Kennard until Patrick Beverley got back. But obviously, Reggie wasn't good enough. So they went out there and got Rondo. You get the guy, and then you decide, okay, you know what? The first few games, we're not going to play Rondo. You know why? Because Rondo doesn't know the system. He doesn't know the playbook. So we're going to give him some time to learn, and eventually he's going to start. That's what a lot of people are saying. Make sure you guys keep hitting the like button, guys. Let's get the likes. Let's get the likes up. Make sure you guys keep hitting the like button. Let's try to get the likes to 75 likes. Let me go through some of your comments, and then we'll keep it going. Who will control the tempo off the bench? That's Mark Law's question. You stagger Paul George. They've been staggering Paul George and Kawhi Leonard all season long. Nicholas Batum and Paul George are very good ball handlers. They're good glue guys. They're connect guys. That's what they were doing before they had Rondo. You start Kawhi and Paul George. This is what the Clippers have been doing. They will start Kawhi and Paul George. Around the 4 or 5 minute mark, they take out Paul George in the first quarter. They keep Kawhi. At the end of the first quarter, Kawhi sits. Paul George comes back in. So number one, you always have one of your good players, your best players on the floor. That's number one. And number two, you have Nicholas Batum. So he's a great ball handler. So it's not like I said, they've been doing this and they had success doing this early on in the season. This is not something I'm recommending that as if nobody, as if it's something the Clippers never did. This is what they had been doing. Now, all of a sudden, they're deviating away from it. So you got Rondo, yet you keep starting Reggie. A lot of people keep telling me, no. You want to keep Rondo. You want to keep Rondo for the second unit so he can keep the cohesion of the second unit together. Let me ask you guys a question. When you start a game, when you start the basketball game, what unit starts first? Is it the second or the first? It's obviously the first unit. So if the first unit has problems, it's going to make the problems of the second unit worse. And that's what you keep seeing from time and time again. If y'all watch this game, the first unit was having issues. They would then sub in the second unit with Rondo, Patrick Beverley, Boogie. Then they would get into this kind of like scramble mode. And the second unit is trying to clean up the mess that the first unit created. If you were watching that game just now when we were watching the game, the Clippers were down like 8. Then they got it down to 6. It was at the 2-minute mark, around the 2-minute mark. And what does Tyronn Lue do? He subs out Rondo to bring back in Reggie. And at that point, I'm saying to myself, why would you bring Reggie Jackson back in the game when Rondo is the guy that's bringing you back in the game? Why would you bring Reggie back? And that's exactly what they did. That's number one. Number two, I want to talk about these substitution patterns, these different lineups that they're running. And number three, I'm going to get to Serge Ibaka. Before I get into that, let me see what you guys are saying in the comment section. Make sure you guys keep hitting the like button, guys. The likes are pretty low. Let's get them to 70. Let's try to get the likes to 100 likes, guys. Let me see what you guys are saying in the comments. I got a lot more I want to say. Let me just see what you guys are saying. PG played 41 minutes and had 18 points. That's going to happen. Okay, Paul George is not going to have a perfect shooting night. Look at Kawhi Leonard. This is the first game since Kawhi's been back from his injury that he's scoring over 20. This is the first game. And people are talking about, oh, you need to rest them. You need to rest them. The more you rest, the more rust it creates. That's why they always say in playoff series, whenever a team beats a team quickly, like in 4, and the next team that they're going to face in the next round is still playing, there are pros and cons with that. Because number one, you're going to get more rest, but with more rest comes more rust. And usually what happens is if you get into that next series, that first game is usually the game that you drop. because you haven't played in 4 to 5 days. It's because of rust. And people are making way too much of this. Kawhi Leonard is out of sync. He scored 29 points today. Let me see how many shots Kawhi had to take to get 29 points. Kawhi Leonard, think about this, guys. For the people that keep, we need to rust him. Kawhi Leonard scored 29 points. He had to take 26 shots to get 29 points. He has no rhythm. Kawhi doesn't have a rhythm. And this is going to be the same problem Serge Ibaka is going to present. I'm going to get to Serge in a second. Let me go through your comments and see what else you guys are saying. Again, if you guys want your comments to be read, make sure you go ahead and click the join button to join the channel here. Let me see what you guys are saying here. Man has a better basketball IQ than Reggie. Let me see. Let me see what else you guys are. Knicks are a tough team. Knicks are a tough team, no doubt about it. But no one here in a 7-game series is going to pick the Knicks to beat the Clippers. No one is, right? They already beat the Knicks earlier this season. Let me see what else you guys are saying. Zubac is very bad. Reggie should come off the bench. Let me see what PG doesn't get calls. Yeah, Paul George is not going to get calls. Okay. Paul George is not going to get calls for a number of reasons. Number one, Paul George complains a lot about the referees. That's number one. So the referees see that you keep complaining about us and their colleague, they're going to mark you down as one of those players like, okay, we got you on our list since you're always complaining about it. So there's that aspect. Number two, these referees don't respect him. It's that simple. They don't respect him. They don't respect Paul George enough to give him the benefit of the doubt. It's just that simple. Look at James Harden. James Harden one time was getting so many calls in a game that Kevin Garnett, who was still playing basketball, said, man, they're giving this guy calls like he's Michael Jordan. They don't respect Paul George. That's the reason why he's not getting calls. It's just that simple. It's just that simple, guys. There's no other reason why Paul George is not getting calls except they just don't respect the guy. It's that simple. See what else you guys. Zubac needs to be more aggressive rebounding. Fair enough. PG had a bad night. Yeah, he had a bad night. No, Kawhi is not declining. This is Jack Square. He's not declining. He has rust. When you don't play games, when you miss a lot of games, when your medical staff is so conservative to the point where you got to rest him, this is what happens. Guys are going to be rusty. Guys are not going to have a rhythm. Kawhi Leonard is not one of those players that comes off of missing multiple games. I've seen it too many times. He's going to come back and he's going to like pick up right where he left off. He's not like that. Kevin Durant is one of those type of players, but Kawhi Leonard is not. He needs a few games under his belt and he's under minutes restrictions. Same thing with Patrick Beverley. Again, I'm going to get to Serge in a second. Let me just go through some more of your comments here. Paul George was way off. They were shooting. Yeah. I'm not even. Yes. At one, somebody made a point about they were shooting threes. They were down 6 points in a game with 2.5 minutes left to go, and you're forcing up threes. Why? I said this before, and I'll say it again. We did a video on 3-point shooting. 3-point shooting has turned into an ism. You know how you got communism, socialism, racism, it's a way of thought. It's no longer a tool. NBA players can't think the game anymore. They've become they've become robotic. You just think 3, 3, 3. But there's an open lane to drive to the basket, and dudes are forcing up threes. You're down 6 with 2 minutes plus minutes to go. Why are you forcing up a 3? You don't need a 3. And yet guys keep forcing threes. Paul George, I think, was 2 of 9 from the 3-point line tonight. What was the shooting percentage? He shot 2 of 9. He shot 22% from the 3. So why would you keep jacking up threes? Go to the basket. Attack the rim. You have or just step into the 3-point line, pull up for a jump shot. Take a higher percentage shot. Make sure you guys keep hitting the like button, guys. Let's get the likes to 100. I think people don't understand that. I think people don't understand that it's easier to make a mid-range than it is to make a 3. And it's easier to make a layup than it is to make a mid-range. I think people have confused because they say, oh, 3 is worth more than 2. Yeah, 3 is worth more than 2 if you're open. But you have to take into consideration the percentages. So that's another thing. Let me see what else you guys are saying. I got a lot that I want to say. Clippers need to improve their defense. No, their defense is fine. They held them to 106 points. They didn't have a great shoot. They didn't have a great 3-point shooting night, right? They shot 34% from the 3. So the Clippers shot below their 3-point. Now, the Knicks are a very good defensive team. So that's one thing. Think about this. The Knicks are the best defensive team. We're not doing this live to beat up on the Clippers. That's not what we're doing here. I'm not saying that the Clippers are a bad team. I'm not saying that. I'm not saying I'm not picking the Clippers in the playoffs. That's not what I'm saying here, guys. I'm still picking the Clippers and all of those things. What I'm saying is there's some problems that I see now that could potentially come back and hurt them later on that they need to resolve now. I'm not doing any of that, right? If the Lakers have a bad game, Shannon Sharp is not going to jump off the Lakers bench. He's not going to do that. He's going to go down with the ship. We're going to go down with the ship because the team I picked. I mean, I think they're going to do well. Now, they're going to win. No, I think the Lakers could also win too. We got to see it. We got to see to believe it. I think they have a good chance. That's not the point that I'm making here. Now, let me continue. Make sure you guys keep hitting the likes. Let's get the likes to 100 likes here. And there's something else I want to say. What's the other thing I want to say? So Reggie's not a start. He's not a starting point guard, as I said. Yes. Now, this is the thing I want to say. People keep talking about Rondo coming into the second unit to fix the second unit. How can you fix the second unit when the first unit has problems? How? How are you going to fix the second unit when the first unit is always getting you into a mess? If you look at Reggie Jackson in the starting point guard role, the offense doesn't flow as easily. He doesn't know how to hit guys in their spots. Reggie is a 2 masquerading as a 1. If Reggie Jackson was 3 inches taller, he would be a shooting guard. Reggie Jackson is not a prototypical point guard. Rondo is. Now, can Rondo score at the rate than Reggie Jackson can? Hell no. Can he stretch the floor to the degree that Reggie Jackson can? Of course he can. But these are the trade-offs you get with Rondo. There is no perfect basketball player. So you get Rondo. He's not a great scorer, but if you're starting Rondo in the starting 5, you got on the wing Kawhi Leonard and Paul George, both getting you 50 points a game. You got Marcus Morris Sr. He's a second. He's leading. He's the number 2 3-point shooter in the NBA. How much more offense do you need in your starting lineup? Really? Wouldn't you rather have a point guard that can get the most out of your starting 5 than just having another scorer in your starting 5? I don't get it. And they continue to start this guy. I don't get it. Let me see what else you guys are saying. Clippers should Patrick Beverley and Rondo start together? Okay, I'm gonna get to that now. Okay, I'm gonna get to that now. Right now, let me talk about Patrick Beverley and Rondo. I noticed that Ty Lue, in one of his substitution lineups, he has Rondo and Patrick Beverley playing together in the second unit with Nicholas Batum. What's the other guy? Nicholas Batum. Yeah, Nicholas Batum. I forgot the third guy. And probably Boogie and someone else I'm forgetting. What? How can Patrick Beverley and Rondo be your backcourt? I don't understand that. First of all, they're undersized. That's number one. Patrick Beverley's already undersized. Number one. Number two, he's coming off of an injury. Number three, he's offensively challenged. He's a knockdown 3-point shooter. He's usually good at a set shot. Patrick Beverley's not really good going off the dribble. If you study his game, make sure you guys keep hitting the like button, guys. Let's try to get the likes to 100 likes. I'd appreciate that. Make sure you guys, again, if you guys want your comments read, make sure you go ahead and click the join button to join the channel. Anyway, he's not a scorer. So they got that lineup that they're experimenting with, which I don't understand. I don't understand what that lineup is. And it's a lineup that they're using, which makes no sense to me. Now, let me get to Serge Ibaka, because I want to talk about Serge Ibaka for a second. Because a lot of people have been asking me, oh, when is Serge coming back? When is Serge coming back? Let me tell you something. I was on Instagram today. I told you, I really don't follow any of these guys. I don't follow any of, I follow the Clippers team. I follow the NBA and other teams on Instagram, but I don't follow the players because I don't really care that much about their personal lives, to be honest with you. I really don't. Hey, Stefano, welcome in. Appreciate that. I really don't care to that level. But let me say this. I opened my Instagram today and I see Serge Ibaka on there dancing. Now, does it say in your contract that because you're an NBA player, you can't dance on your Instagram account on your free time? Absolutely not. It doesn't say that. Does it say you can't dress up and wear nice outfits? Absolutely not. It doesn't say that either. Nowhere it says that. But if you have some type of emotional intelligence, you will know that the reason that they brought you to the Clippers, to LA, or excuse me, the reason you're in LA in the first place is to play with the Clippers. People I'm not trying to see Serge Ibaka dancing in a video. Really, I'm not. It's not cute to me. I don't care about your outfits. I don't care what kind of fashion statement you're making. I don't care about your videos. I don't care. Most people don't care. People want to see you on your job. Let's just be real. If you guys worked in a company and one of your colleagues, one of the people you work with, gets sick, right? And you got to pick up the slack for him. The rest of you guys got to come to work and pick up the slack for him. I'm sure most of you guys are not going to be happy that every time you open your Instagram, you see your coworker that's homesick dancing in videos or dressing up and coming up to the office and, I was on my way to the Starbucks. I decided, let me pop into the office and let me show you guys my new outfit. Nobody cares. It's not a good look. I would rather you not come to the games. Nobody wants to see that. Serge has missed like 25 plus games and you're showing up and out. Nobody cares. Serge Ibaka, when he comes back, he's going to contribute to the issues that the Clippers are having right now, which is a lack of continuity, and they don't know their rotations. Make sure you guys keep hitting the like button, guys. Let's get the likes to 100 likes. Y'all remember, I've been saying this all season long. The Clippers need to work on their rotations, and people kept saying, nah, it's cool, man. It's cool. Let them rest. Let them rest. Let them rest. Y'all been saying that since January. The season is ending this week, and they're still talking about, let them rest. Let them rest. Okay. All of that rest, you're going to see where that gets you. They're resting dudes like as if when they get to the playoffs, they're not going to be tired. I don't understand the thought process of some of these people. You're going to go into the playoffs, you're going to get banged up, and then what are you going to do? Ask them to take 5 days off the rest from round one? Like, what are we talking about here? The Clippers are going to finish their season. They got 4 games left. They're finishing on the 16th. Then the play-in tournament, so they got 5 days off. And we're talking about rest, and Serge is posting videos of himself dancing, and people are amused by it. I don't understand what Tyronn Lue's doing at this point with his substitutions. I really don't. Truly, I don't understand. You see that the team was having some issues in that first half. Y'all saw that. Why wouldn't you start Rondo in the third? Why wouldn't you? Start him in the third. You see Kawhi Leonard is not having a good game. He's not getting clean looks. Start Rondo. Help him put guys in easier spots to get their offense going. Instead, you start Reggie. Reggie's always has his head in the clouds when he's playing defense. The only thing Reggie can do is score. And he does it at a high level. But that's about it. If he's not scoring, what else is he bringing you on the floor? Yeah, Adrian, I see that. Stop spamming with that comment. I see that. Yes. He didn't get a lot of rebounds. We saw it. We got it. So I don't get it. I don't get what they're doing. And at this point, they still don't know their rotations. They still don't know their rotations. And Kawhi doesn't have a rhythm. And now you see Tyronn Lue taking dudes out with 2 minutes left in the game. And they lost that game. Is this how you want to end your season? Y'all are talking about where's Kennard. It doesn't matter because they're not going to play him. People are talking about, what about Terrence Mann? They're not going to play Terrence Mann. Ty Lue is set on Reggie and whoever else. And what I'm beginning to see with the whole Reggie Jackson thing is I'm beginning to see a lot of what Doc Rivers, make sure you guys keep hitting the like button, guys. Let's get the likes to 100. I'm beginning to see a lot of deja vu with Doc Rivers and Lou Williams. There's some type of connection, some type of affinity that Ty Lue has with Reggie. It's the same thing that Doc Rivers had with Lou Williams, playing this guy unnecessarily. Go watch that game. Go watch the replays in the fourth quarter. Reggie was confused defensively. He was confused. And Rondo's out there hustling, trying to bring you guys back. He gets the game within 6 points, and then you sub him out. So that's what happened. That's what happened. And this is why people clown the Clippers. Because just when you think they will do the common sense thing, it's like the common sense thing is too obvious. Like, should we start Rondo? That's too obvious, man. Why would we start Rondo? Let's go start the dude that drove the bus here. Let's go start the dude that's pouring a Gatorade. That makes, let's experiment. Let's see where that takes us. It's not hard. Just start Rondo. It's not hard. If you want to play Reggie, bring him off the bench. What's the complication here? This is my whole point. Kawhi Leonard starts the game and he finishes the game. So why can't you start Rondo and let him finish the game? No. We need him in the second unit because, when the first unit, when they screw it up and they get down by 15, then we're going to bring Rondo in. He's going to bring it back to like 5 points. And we're going to sub him out and let them do it all over again and let Rondo do it all over again. And then we're going to see what we got. And then at one point, we're going to bring in Patrick Beverley. I don't get what the Tyronn Lue is doing right now. Let me see what else you guys are saying. After watching Rondo the last 3 seasons with the Lakers, it's best not to start. He's until absolutely necessary because he's a bit too fragile and injury prone. Okay, if you're saying that, fine. I can understand that. But to be fair to that, this LA Sports Live's comment, to be fair, so is Anthony Davis. Anthony Davis is injury prone. But you're not going to bring him off the bench. You're going to play him. Can he get injured? Yes. Kawhi Leonard looked like he was, I don't even do what he looked like he was doing the Macarena out there. He was getting slammed up and down the court. You're going to take him off the game? No. You're going to play him. You're going to play him eventually. And my only question is this. Will Rondo ever start? Number one. They asked Tyronn Lue about his point guard rotations, and they asked him, Are you going to go with a 3-man point guard rotation? He said yes. All right. Now, somebody makes the point. This is who said this? I think it's just Blaze Stefano. He said Ty Lue is playing checkers. Possibly so. Guys, I'm not saying that the Clippers are not a good team. This is not what I'm saying. I know that a lot of you guys were pissed off with the way the game ended. So was I. And I wanted to get my thoughts off about what I noticed about the way the substitutions were working. The carelessness is something that happens. Are the Knicks a better team than the Clippers? No. But they need to clean some of this stuff up. And when Serge comes back, he's going to add to this problem. That's all I'm going to say. Let me see what else you guys are saying, and then we'll close it out so we don't stay on here for too long. Clippers won't win the chip if they play like this. I agree. But I don't think anybody can win a championship if you're having mental blunders. I don't think anybody could. The friendship of Reggie and PG is killing the team. Reggie looks to pass the ball to PG first before. Probably so, Kato. Probably so. I don't know. I know they're very close. Reggie kept chucking threes. What else is he going to do? The Knicks are a great defensive team. Yeah, I said that. The Knicks are very good defense. The Knicks are the number 1 defensive team in the NBA. There's no question about it. They're the best defensive team in the NBA. They play rough. They play tough. They bang into you. They have the kind of the, what do you call it? They have the spirit of New Yorkers, very gritty, very hard-nosed. I agree. Tom Thibodeau, Julius Randle, these are all like hard-nosed guys. We get it. But still, the Clippers should have been able to win that game. And also give credit to the Knicks because they're one of the people that caused the Clippers to shoot such a bad percentage. Now, they played the Clippers early this season. The Clippers beat them. But this game was winnable. In my opinion, it was winnable. Let me see what else you guys are saying. Clippers the Knicks are a good team. The Knicks beat the Lakers. The Knicks are in the playoffs. They're the number 4 seed. The Knicks are not a trash team. You don't need to feel bad about it. The Knicks are a good team. They're a good team. I'm not going to hate on them. They're a good team. Ty Lue is not a good defensive. Well, the Clippers have improved their defense. Remember what Reggie Jackson said the other day on ESPN. Ty Lue likes to save stuff for the playoff. Probably so. And I hope he is. Thanks for that comment, Sam. They ain't have Rose though. Rose had a good game. Rose is averaging 14 points per game coming off the bench. So how often is that going to be happen? Okay, let me see what else you guys are saying. Should have traded for Rose. Nah, they'll be fine. Let me see what else you guys are saying. Okay, so I think I pretty much answered all of your questions. Do you think the Lakers can get healthy before the playoffs to meet the Clippers in the conference finals? Listen, I think the Lakers, real quick before we go, I think the Lakers, okay, first of all, if y'all understand the playing tournament, the Lakers are going to play the Warriors in game for that 7 spot. Now, Stephen Curry is on another planet right now. I think the Lakers, personally, it's just me. I think the Lakers can lose that one game to Curry, to the Warriors, if they get hot. But I don't think there's any way at all that the Lakers miss the playoffs. I don't think that's going to happen. I don't think the Lakers are going to lose 2 games and fall out of the playoffs. I don't think so. And if the Lakers get healthy before the playoffs begin, mark my words, if the Lakers get healthy before the playoffs begin and they meet the Suns, whom they will meet, because the Clippers are not catching the number 2 and the Nuggets are not getting to the number 3 seed. So the Clippers are going to be number 2, the Suns are going to be Clippers are going to be number 3, the Suns are going to be number 2. And then they play a healthy Lakers. I'm picking the Lakers in that round. Personally, that's what I'm picking. When the Clippers play the Blazers, I'm going to pick the Clippers. So I think we have a possibility for the Clippers and the Lakers to meet in round 2. But if the Lakers are healthy, I'm going to pick them to beat the Blazers. I'm sorry. I'm just sorry. That's what I think. I think they will. All right, let me see. Rose, better than any point guard Clippers have and Lakers have. This sounds like a Derrick Rose fan. Derrick Rose is a great player, man. Lakers will play the Clippers in the first or second round. First seeds, no way. The Clippers are in the third. No, they can't play them in the. They can't. The Lakers can't play the Clippers they'll need to get to the 6th seed, and the Lakers are not going to get to the 6th spot. So there's no way that they're going to play them in the first round. Let me see what else you guys are saying. I think you should learn your brackets too, man. Like the guy that said Clippers fans should learn your brackets. I think you should learn it. Lakers on the same brackets as the Clippers. Yes, the Lakers on the same bracket as the Clippers, but they can play them in the second round, not the first round. Let me see. Good night. That we ain't making a comment. Good night, then. We ain't making a comment. All right, so sounds cool. I'm worried about the Clippers in the playoffs. LeBron needs two more months off break. Okay. You can't count on, okay, Serge coming back on the road trip. Whatever it is Serge is going to do, I don't know. Anyway, those are my thoughts and opinions on that game. I just wanted to share with you guys. I see a lot of you guys have left your comments. Just wanted to give you guys some time to kind of vent on the channel a little bit. So again, if I didn't answer your questions or your comments, make sure you guys click the join button and join the channel. Leave it on the channel. I think I've answered all of your questions. Mark Law is asking the Clippers start in 5. I don't know. I don't even know who their point guard is going to be. Hell, at this point, I don't even know if Serge is going to start. I don't know if he's going to start. Really, I don't know if Serge is going to start. I don't know if who said Nick Batum said it. Clippers will play Lakers in second round. Lakers will play Jazz and Suns. And yes, exactly. No, what is he saying? That's if you're saying Lakers will play you're saying if the Lakers play the Jazz in the first round, you're saying that the Lakers are going to lose that playing game to the first one to the Nuggets. I mean to the Warriors. That's the only way the Lakers can be the second seed. If they win, then they're going to be the 6th seed. They're going to be the 7th seed. So Ty Lue is going to start. Faker Nation. Okay. I'll slowly bring down Serge off the bench. Okay, so pretty much I think I've answered everybody's question. Okay, man, I see we got a real Lakers fan. That's what's good. Anyway, thank you guys for your attention. Just wanted to share that with you guys. Thank you guys for being here. I appreciate that, man. Have a good one, and I'll catch you guys on the next live stream. We appreciate that. Catch you guys later. Have a good one. All right, peace.